Hey guys, we're back again with another video from R.A.R.E Reviews where we react, we rank, and we review some of the top rock bands, hard rock bands, metal, pop rock, all that good stuff.
Pop?
Well,
Maybe.
maybe pop rock.
Maybe
Maybe
pop
a little
rocks.
bit.
Well, I love pop rocks.
Well, maybe like a Paramore, maybe, or something like that.
Okay, well, I digress.
Yeah. So I'm Jay, your host, and this is
Jason,
the other Jason.
the other Jason.
And today we thought we would discuss one of my more beloved bands, which is R.A.T. Last week we reviewed Motley Crue, Too Fast for Love, and we thought, we'll keep it in the same era and go over some of R.A.T.'s top albums.
Yeah, I think that's a good solid plan.
Okay.
I like it.
Okay. So yeah, another band from the hair metal scene, Sunset Strip Band, the band that was buddy with Motley Crue at that time, rocking and rolling.
They were, even though they Motley Crue had come out before them, hit the scene before them, and it made more of an impact. R.A.T. had been around a little bit longer.
Yeah, that's true. So Stephen Percy, I guess he was the originator of the band, and he goes back a little bit further.
In Mickey R.A.T.
With Mickey R.A.T. Yeah, and then they dropped the Mickey. They stayed with R.A.T.
They dropped the Mickey. I don't think he dropped the Mickey. He had a lot of Mickeys afterwards.
He had a few. Those 80s wild guys. But no, so a powerhouse band with Warren DeMartini, a wicked guitar player. I'd say a lot of people's strong influence, up there with like the likes of Eddie Van Halen, Randy Rhoads.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know what? I enjoy Bobby Blotzer as the drummer. Maybe because I'm a drummer?
Yes.
And you're a guitarist, so you're
Yes.
obviously going to say Warren.
Yeah. He's amazing guitar solos on their albums, iconic riffs. But yeah, Bobby Blotzer, he's an awesome drummer. They call him that Blotzer swing, where he really swings in the rap music.
Yeah, definitely in the pocket.
Yeah, and then we got Stephen Percy on vocals. So a wicked, iconic voice. I would say one of the timeless 80s voices, but interesting voice, would you say?
Gruff
Yeah.
enough.
Gruff enough. Yeah.
Gruff enough. One of those voices, like we were talking about earlier, he's got one of those voices where it's very recognizable. You've got your AC/DCs and your Cinderellas, where obviously you can pick them out of a lineup.
Yeah.
He's the same type of voice.
Yeah.
Range-wise, you're not going to get any fancy-dancy stuff from him, but very solid, and he pulls it off.
It's like
my opinion.
A voice that just fits the music. I mean, it's like Vince Neil and Crew, etc. Tom Kiefer and Cinderella. I've always loved those sort of strong, rough, raspy voices. Yeah. So, and then we got on bass was Juan Crucier, I believe. I'm not sure about the spelling. Correct me if I'm wrong. And rounding out the team was the late, unfortunately, Robin Crosby passed away.
Yes.
Yeah, and he was big on the scene as well. Passed away of.
He had the nicest hair. Just saying.
They all had pretty hair.
They had big hair.
Big hair.
He
big
had
hair.
the prettiest.
Big hair. We actually, believe it or not, had the long hair when I still had hair back in the day. So we're going to take down the records from our least favorite to our most beloved R.A.T. album.
And we're just doing the studio albums.
Yeah, the studio albums, not the live albums.
And not the extensions, not the,
solo projects
or anything like that. Strictly R.A.T.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So, Jay, what's your least favorite?
Okay. Well, I think we did have this discussion earlier, and I want to throw it out there that I think their least recognizable for me came at a time when I was venturing away from this type of rock. So I don't know if it would have had a bigger impact, but it would be their self-titled album R.A.T.
Yeah, I agree.
In 1999.
It's like they were still trying to follow up after Robin passed away, and they were trying to be more like post-grunge. The music scene had changed. I think they were a little lost at the time. We hadn't gotten into the 2000s modern stuff yet. So, yeah, I agree with you. But, it still rocked a bit, but it was just didn't have the hits.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say that's probably true. The one song I think we've got queued up is "Over the Edge."
Yeah.
That's the only one that I really recognize.
Yeah. You want to check out a little snippet?
It's one of the only ones that they don't have a video for too.
Yeah.
We couldn't find a real live video. Well, this is live, but we couldn't find a video.
Yeah. What would have been happening in the scene around 99? You're getting, by this point, you're getting like Spice Girls. You've got...
the Britney Spears. The Matchbox 20s. And
they were popping them out like crazy in the scene, whatever they could. Whoever had blonde hair, Jessica Simpson, Christina Aguilera. Yeah. The music really had changed.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, yeah.
So this is definitely on the underground.
Yeah. So a little live clip.
All their songs have such a cool riff as an intro. It just kind of gets you sitting right into the song early. I don't know.
Yeah, even if it's less known, it just had still you can feel the pocket there.
They definitely didn't have the theatrics in this clip, as we'll probably see in some of the other ones. They were a very theatrical band, in my opinion. Yeah. Always all over the stage. Their motions, they were always conveying a message to those at the back of the room. Large, hand motions, swinging guitars.
All that good 80s stuff.
Flipping that good hair.
Yeah. Remember Cinderella throwing their guitars around their back?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is obviously stripped down. They're again, they're trying to stay relevant with the times, but it's like when they did their 2010. It's like stick with what you know.
Yep.
And,
absolutely.
That was a great album.
Okay. So number 6 for you.
Number 6 probably would be their last one on the Atlantic Years. They had their 4 first albums on the Atlantic Years. Mm-hmm. So their 4th one around 1988 was Reach for the Sky. It's an okay album. I like some of the songs. It's got I Want a Woman on that, which is really good, but also Way Cool Jr., which is an awesome guitar riff. Anything to add?
That song, to me, is the coolest. Seriously. And I remember listening, that's another iconic starting riff. Yes. You can't go wrong. Like the one we just listened to, it's very plain Jane. Again, if it would have been out at a different time, might have had different impact.
Maybe.
Listening to the album version of it might have had different impact. But listening to this one right here, this is what solidified them for me as a cool band.
Yeah. Here we go. It's a little guitar riff. There it is. Very bluesy.
Absolutely.
Oh, and the girls are checking.
The girls are digging it.
Checking out the riff.
I think this is the video that made me want to get leather pants or pleather pants,
or at least a leopard print jacket.
Yeah. That's why I'm wearing this jean jacket. This is my ode to Stephen Percy.
No, it's awesome. I mean, there he is. They got the moves, they got the grooves. They were doing these big live videos on the stage, and this was a popular thing to do in the 80s. Just show all their moves and show their.
You look at a video like that. Look at all the room they have, versus the video that we just saw, where they're on just a tight little opening stage kind of thing.
Yeah, certainly in their lean years. So I guess the premise here is they're cool. They're walking into the club, and all the ladies are looking their way.
That was what every rock star wanted. That's what every rock star wants. Is again, not just the ladies. They want to be adored. They want to be at the top of their game, and they want to be making music.
So do you think this kind of stuff would fly as much today? I mean, I know you see it in rap videos and stuff like that, but the whole 80s,
don't get me started on that. Yeah, it's still in music. If you're just talking about WAP type stuff, you've got that all over the place. So it's same shite, different pile.
Just kind of moved.
Oh yeah, it's robbing Peter to pay Paul, or whatever you want to call it.
Right.
So it's moved on from rock. It still exists in rock, but
Yeah.
it's all over the place now. It's
Yeah.
just being exposed in different ways.
Yeah. So
But
RATT's one of these bands that they're very slick with their production. I found we did Motley Crue last week. Their early stuff, Too Fast for Love, which was kind of raw and loose, and we were just talking about like when RATT came on the scene. It seems like they had a really good handle on the way they played. They were and very well produced from the get go.
Yeah, absolutely. Every song you listen to, it just seems like it's polished.
Yeah.
To me.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's a few thin songs here and there, but overall, every album is consistent.
Okay.
So, what's on that note? What's your next one? Number 5.
Number 5. Okay, so we're down to I think it would be Dancing Undercover. I think.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, that's fair. That's fair. I would probably put, for me, Infestation, only because it's the next album that hasn't resonated enough with me yet. It hasn't sat. I mean, it's been around for 12 years already.
You know what? You've swayed me there because, I was on the fence about that one and Infestation. Infestation has a few good songs and it was an awesome return to form in 2010.
Yep.
However, Dancing Undercover, maybe a few more iconic tracks.
That's right. That's the reason why I'd probably put it there, and that's because, again, it how long does it sit with you? Back in the day when we were younger, we listened to these albums over and over again.
Yeah.
With the amount of exposure that we hear now, with the way we feel about certain bands. I mean, with RATT has had a very turmoil-ish past.
Yeah.
I mean, they've gone up, they've gone sideways, all over the place.
Back around. But this was a return to form, and and when they had the guy from Quiet Riot, I think that was a good move to replace Robin with that. And they had the core members, and so they had a strong offering. It just goes to show you, I think there's something to that initial chemistry. The closer you can get to it, the better the music's going to be.
Yeah. Last Call, Eat Me Alive.
Okay.
Eat Me Up Alive. Those were great songs. But Best of Me is probably the most iconic.
Again, with the guitar riff.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Let's check it out.
I say that a lot.
Let's check it out. A little bit of echo there, but there we go.
The build up.
There's that iconic riff. So what I remember about this video is all the Affliction and True Religion clothes that were just going out around 2009, 2010.
Yeah.
You can almost see Nickelback wearing these clothes.
Yeah.
For Kid Rock.
I mean, they've kind of molded into most of the bands that we listen to went from the really glam to the rock.
Yeah.
The leather.
Yeah,
to
more
the
street.
The street, with the jean jacket, that kind of thing.
I mean, I like it. For their age, this was a good place to be. They still look like a band. They were wearing, some cool clothes with a lot of the right accents and stuff, playing the good riffs.
Their dad's there, and they don't look like dads.
No, exactly.
Drops the mic.
Yeah, no, a good album. I highly recommend Infestation.
It's got to be definitely a part of your arsenal. If you're going to put a RATT compilation together, that album's got to be on there.
Yeah, that was a good track when I was still going clubbing.
Still going
10
clubbing.
years ago.
Okay, number 4.
Okay, number 4. So now we're into Dancing Undercover for sure.
Yeah, I agree with that one as well.
And I like this album a lot. It was it went down for them in 1986, but I remember when this came out out around the same time as you had stuff like Megadeth, Peace Cells, etc. So music was changing. You had Metallica coming up, and some of the glam was already starting to wear.
Yeah.
But when this came out, I really like Slip of the Lip because of the swing of that song.
That is a great song. I definitely, the one I like probably a little bit more is Body Talk.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Double kick.
yeah, we talked about that one too,
Yeah.
because I mentioned I'm a Eddie Murphy fan, and it was on The Golden Child.
Yeah, yeah. And that's
But,
one of their big breaks.
yeah, to see them playing on a little TV. Someone's watching TV in the Golden Child, in the Golden Child, and Body Talk's playing on the TV. So I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
But you're right. Slip of the Lip is probably, and it's been played a lot more.
Has it? Slip of the Lip?
Yeah, live you're looking at 246 times.
Wow. I had this on my old gym mix. Slip of the Lip is it would come on and just I don't know, just got you in the mood. Let's do a little listen here.
All their songs are just
They
make
sit
you
in
want
the
to bop
pocket.
Yeah, they make you want to bop your head.
Yeah.
Just kind of cool groove.
Well, it's funny. There was an interview with AC/DC, and they were saying a similar thing. If it don't swing, it don't mean a thing.
Yeah.
So it's
It's like a really lazy headbanger.
it's just that down and dirty
Yeah.
groove. You can almost see a stripper
Yeah.
working her thing to this, right?
Yeah. Or doing a crossword puzzle. You know, whatever.
Slip of the lip, crossword puzzle.
Yeah.
Let's just get the chorus here.
Yeah. Loose lips, sink ships. What an iconic line. Loose lips, sink ships.
It's almost, like pour some sugar on me, but it's a little bit similar,
Yeah. It's got singability.
Yeah.
I would sing to it.
Yeah.
I don't know if it holds up in terms of getting everyone on board to sing it in a church or something like that. But or pour some sugar on me. I'm sure you can sing that at a wedding.
Everyone knows it.
Yeah. Slip of the lip, not so much.
So a solid album, but just not as strong as our top two.
It's number three.
Number three. Oh, that's where we go. I got to go Detonator. I think you agree with me there.
Yeah. I was gonna flip it.
Yeah.
Because I did have Detonator as number two.
Okay.
Originally.
Yeah.
But upon further review, because you are the rat master.
I'm the rat guy. It's funny. I had this out of the cellar cassette when I was a little bedroom over on the other part of town. I just remember playing that and just stayed with me round and round and back for more, especially. But anyways, so Detonator came around 1990. We already left the sort of hair metal thing. Guns N' Roses were probably already doing like their Use Your Illusion. You mentioned Street, so it's not that grunge came flying in. There was actually like this little bridge transitional period. You had bands like Faith No More with Epic. You had Chili Peppers were getting known, Jane's Addiction, stuff like that before Nirvana.
Oh, the scene was definitely changing. It was, because you were seeing more leather, less lace for sure.
Yeah.
But they were still in the mode, and this is the iconic song for me off this album, Give Yourself Away.
Yeah, that's my favorite too.
Because it, and again, it goes to the, like we talked about Cinderella earlier with Don't Know What You Got. That's an example of a song that you don't think a voice like that can really pull it off. But for me, Steven does an amazing job on that song.
It's a great song. I know that I got into this album a couple years ago, and I was like, damn, I've been sleeping on such a good album.
Yeah.
And this is a song that I played it over and over, and come to learn that they wrote this with Diane Warren. So,
really?
Yeah. So
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So it was their attempt. I'm pretty sure it's Diane Warren. Now I'm second guessing that, but Diane or Desmond Child. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. You guys probably know. But so it wasn't like a power ballad. It still had the RATT John Wayne sensibility. They call themselves John Waynes of rock.
Yeah, that will probably lead up to another song, I think, somewhere down the line.
Yeah. So anyways, what I love about this song is the snare and just the attitude of the lyrics. So let's take a listen.
We don't recommend smoking, by the way. I really like their look at this point because again, gone is the flashiness.
Yeah.
They look more like
yeah. They toned it back a bit.
Yeah.
Such a great song, especially this climb here in the pre-chorus. I love this the way
when it starts to build.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very melodic.
It is, and you know, you're looking at a band that's been around for how long at this point?
Yeah.
It's 6 years. And it sounds like a band that's, well, I say 6 years, but again, when he goes back as far as making RATT, they've been around for a long time before RATT. So putting out a song of this caliber for me is, you know. And
again, like the attitude of these songs, these 80s bands was, it was like, you know, like I'm the shit. I'm the thing. Like he did the flip on the girl, let's say, like, I'm not pining over you. The lyric is like, so when you call me in the night, telling me your life is better off without me, but he flips it, I know you're sleeping all alone. I love that part. You can't live without me. So, you know, you throw this on, it's kind of like a confidence builder song too. Yeah.
It I think it's a shame
and that's another song from the album
that this didn't make your number 2. But again,
Shame's awesome. That's like similar to Scene of the Crime.
that's actually my favorite song off the album.
Yeah, it's a wicked song too. A good opener. So no, Detonator, solid number 3. I'm glad you changed your rank on that because
I didn't want you to twist my arm.
So no, we're jumping over to number 2. Invasion of Your Privacy, which I think for me was
kind of like right now. We're invading your privacy. If you're watching us right now, you're sitting there all alone. I felt like Gene Simmons there for a second.
Yeah, that was a Gene move. So this album cover, we got to talk about the album cover when Invasion came out. You had this wicked, 12-year-old, 13-year-old boy fantasy. I remember pulling this album out of my uncle's, and it had the girl in lingerie, you know, changing for bedtime, and it was this moody shot. It was actually a really nice photograph, though.
Yeah.
And it's an iconic album cover.
Did she recreate it? Did I not see something like that recently?
For real?
Yeah. You wonder if some of these iconic covers can be recreated
that
40 years later.
That would be funny to see, actually.
Maybe not by, I wouldn't say by maybe the same individual, but
yeah. I'm gonna pull that cover up real quick just so we can scope it out. So this was the cover back in the day. Let me find a good shot here. There we are. I'm not sure if I can make it grow. But no, so you had, it was a simple cover, but it was very iconic. The opening track, I remember hearing You're in Love.
Sorry, what were you saying?
You struck by lightning. So no, top songs, You're in Love.
Yeah, You're in Love, obviously. I mean, it's a punchy song. And the one that probably got me the most...
you got Lay It Down.
Yeah, sorry. I lost my train of thought. I'm thinking because I got scared of... I'm scared of clowns, right? So
yeah,
Lay It Down is definitely the one that struck a nerve with me.
Yeah.
Because of the video.
Yeah.
But that song, iconic riff.
Oh my God. I would say it's one of the top.
Yeah.
Up there with, Eruption and all those main riffs, Smoke on the Water. Lay It Down in the Guitar World is definitely a guitar player's dream riff. Yeah, for sure.
And combo that with the drum beat. I mean,
it
rocks.
It's got a wicked drum beat. Let's check out a little clip of that one. It's on their video when they're full glam.
Makes me want to spin a stick right now.
They always had my favorite snare sound, this band.
Yeah.
Just a big explosive snare.
I want a light behind me shining. See, she's got hair just like Robin did.
Yeah. I think everyone had that haircut.
I remember going to the hairdressers around that time. No, I would have been 17, 16. So, yeah, a couple years after this album came out.
What was their look again? Something like a cowboy pirate or something like that?
Yeah. They would actually probably fit in really well with the cast of Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Stephen Pearcy, he had this really cool hairstyle where he had all his hair pulled over to the one side, and in the 80s everyone had the headbands and stuff, but that was a wicked look, man.
Yeah, that was like the hairband comb over.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Yeah.
It was unique though. I never seen any other hairband guy do that, so it was unique to him, just like his voice, right? So
yeah, he definitely had a style of his own. He was I mean, I can't tell if he's got a sock in his pocket right there, but yeah, he definitely had the look, that's for sure.
Yeah. So off that, Never Used Love, another good rockin' track. And any stats about that album?
Double platinum.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the third most played song of their set over their existence is Lay It Down. Yeah. Played almost 400 times.
How about You're in Love? They play that very much?
Actually, You're in Love 395 times. So they play Lay It Down three times more.
Wow. Yeah.
Not sense. 3 times more, 3 extra times.
Okay.
Clarification.
So around this time, 1985, we've got Motley Crue's Theater of Pain. Glam would be in full swing. I think Bon Jovi was coming out with Slippery When Wet. Good time for music. A lot of big albums.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And videos were skyrocketing at that time. Everyone wanted a video. Everyone had a huge budget for their videos because they wanted a slick look.
Yeah.
And they were really trying to capitalize on that because a lot of their videos, their sound, it was polished on their albums. Yeah. But their videos were just as slick. There wasn't a lot of goof because there's a lot of videos that came out that looked like they were done on a webcam and done really like homeschooled, homemade. Yeah. But all of theirs, they really had that glamorous look. It made you want, like, especially the live ones, it made you want to go to the concerts.
Well, like some of the Twisted Sister stuff was kind of tacky, but this was,
they had stories to them.
I mean, yeah. Okay.
They're more.
So no, good, great album, fantastic album. Still play it a lot.
So number one
would have to be Out of the Cellar. I think most people, rock fans, agree with that one. Their debut album, and they weren't ever really able to top it.
1984. Came out the same year as
Shout at the Devil, I think. Or am I wrong there? Is that 83?
I was thinking about 1984.
What's that? Oh, Van Halen. Yeah.
Did that come out in 1984?
I think the tail end of 83, but yeah.
Oh, so they were foreshadowing.
Yeah.
Okay.
But for a debut album, solid album, and man, these guys could play their asses off. Like DeMartini on guitar, Blotzer on the drums, the vocals, everything about that album, the way it's mixed, produced is perfect. Yep. And I would even say they're like, they're not like number one Billboard hit songs, but you enjoy listening to the album because there's so much groove to it.
Yeah, back then, this type of music didn't get a lot of radio play.
No.
They got, it was still more the underground stuff. I mean, there would be certain rock stations that got it, but there was no Sirius FM where they had, Hairband Nation or Hair Nation or those types of stations. No, so going back to the video, I think this is a good showcase of what they were all about and wanting to get people to their concerts. So I don't know if you...
Yeah, let's check it out. Let's check out a little bit of Round Around. I remember watching this on... it was like an after-school video show. It wasn't much music or...
Video hits? No.
I think so. I think it was like a video hits. And that was my first introduction to them, actually.
Milton Berle, ladies and gentlemen.
You know what? This is the best song.
Yeah. It is the most played song. 447 times.
So that's Milton Berle playing both parts. Yeah.
So, it's been a long time since I've seen this video. I got kind of captured in it.
It's a good video. It's funny. They recently did that Geico commercial where they kind of recreated it. They were up in the roof again.
Yes.
And then we have a rat problem.
Do you think that diminishes them at all by doing something like that?
Man, back then, a band wouldn't be caught dead doing that.
Yeah.
Today, with all the marketing from things like Bieber, the Kardashians, everything's up for grabs.
Yeah,
it's so changed.
You know what? A lot of people say it's a cash grab. They're looking, to cash in on something. And to me, I don't care. I don't think it really hurts them at all. You're right. Back in the day, it would have, because branding was so important back then. But nowadays, with all the the competing factors, I don't think there's a lot that you can really do to really tarnish your image at this point.
No,
there is, but we're not going to go there on this video.
Yeah, a really talented band with really chops, young guys that were ahead of their game, playing their asses off in spite of all their partying and everything on the Sunset Strip. Great songs, great killer songs. I mean, it's just too bad the lineup changes hurt them over the years, I think.
Yeah, well, I mean, they had a solid run right up until Detonator. It was a pretty solid run, and then they kind of toned off from there. But that album went 3 times platinum.
Yeah.
So it was, it's really held up, in my opinion, held up well.
I love the album all the way through.
Put that album on. It's kind of like when we talked about Too Fast for Love last week. It's the same type of album where you can put that album on now.
Yeah.
Listen to it front to back.
Yes.
And there's no song really in my mind that I don't want to skip over.
No, I love Lack of Communication. It's got like that Dr. Feelgood vibe.
Oh my God.
And then She Wants Money is awesome. I'm Insane. I love that song.
Yeah, that's so weird. Yeah. Did you say Back for More, Wanted Man?
Back for More. Back for More. I liked it more back in the day, but it's a decent song. Robin Crosby was good friends with Nikki Sixx. We did the Motley Crue review last week.
Yeah.
And they were both, I guess they were both drug buddies. But Tommy Lee and Nikki Sixx appear in the Back for More video. Mm-hmm. But the cool thing about this album, like you said, it run through front to back. You can just listen to it that way, and it's fantastic.
So just some notes here, because I took some notes. Can you name the least played song off that album?
Is it the last one, Scene of the Crime?
No.
No? Wow.
No.
Okay. Wait. You're in Trouble?
No.
I'm just guessing.
They play that. They play that a lot more. She Wants Money.
I like that song.
Yeah, I think you said that earlier.
Yeah. I really like it. Yeah.
No, I mean, again, they've played every song on that album live.
So it's funny you mentioned
that's the only album that they've played every song live.
Oh,
I mean, most time when you're coming out of the gate, you're going to play all your originals, and then you start to drop stuff off other albums.
But they kept a lot of it.
But yeah, they kept. Well, if you look at the top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the top 10 songs are off that album.
Wow. So 3 times platinum, not too shabby at all. Like, that's a big release. Mm-hmm. You're talking about underground, but you're right. Like, back then, if you were listening to this, although it was fairly popular, a lot of people would be listening to like Madonna, whatever, like stuff of that time would be more like the mainstream kind of music, right?
Oh yeah, the Bruce Springsteens and the Billy Joels.
Yeah, all that, Michael Jackson. And then you got this kind of just sitting under there.
Yeah.
But,
no, there was a whole underground. It would have been really cool to live in LA back at that time. Even to go back to see that scene now. I mean, when you watch videos of Stephen Pearcy, because he's done a lot of promo over the years. He's had health issues and whatnot that he's talked about, and he's been very, very candid, which, he's a pretty cool guy. And he's come to Canada for a solo tour a few times that I've missed out on, which it would have been really cool, because to see him in a small venue at this stage of the game, to see someone who I've admired for 40 years, And to still, like, when you see him now, he doesn't look that much different than he did back then in terms, like, he's got that slim look.
Yeah,
his hair's still
he's just
long.
more of a pretty boy back then, and now he's just kind of more of an aged rocker kind of thing.
And his voice, you know, he can't hit quite the notes. I mean, it's not like he had a humongous range anyway.
Right.
But I think the only guy, on a side note, the only guy that's kind of pulling that off really well is Alice Cooper. As he gets older, he grows into his persona.
Because he had that.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Let's talk about that sometime, because
that'll be another good one you brought up.
But yeah, he's definitely one of those characters that has. I think he's kind of been a roller coaster in the way he's aged, but he seems to be pretty on top of it right now, which I'd love to see him live again.
No, much respect for him. His songwriting, all his projects, and he's got some stuff coming out, I guess, from the vaults. So looking forward to that.
Just to kind of wrap it up, I know we're going to run out of time here, but have you ever seen them live?
Never seen RATT live, and I may have missed it, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But
I've seen them live 3 times, and my most memorable is 2014. Saw almost the original lineup, obviously minus Robin. But that was a great show. It was in Henderson Pavilion.
Still had the other original guys?
And then Carlos was
that would have been the lineup to see if I could have seen it.
Great lineup.
I don't know where I was that day, but
I saw him with Jizzy Pearl.
Okay.
In Rock Never Stops tour.
Yeah.
And you know who's playing guitar?
No.
Then?
Who?
Our buddy from Motley Crue.
Mick Mars?
No, not Mick Mars. The singer. John Corabi.
Okay.
So weird.
He reminds me of Rob Zombie for some reason now.
Yeah. He had shorter hair though. He had short hair back then. It was weird. He had no beard and short hair. If you look at him now, I don't know if you've seen John Corabi lately, but he's, longer hair, big beard.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay, so best of RATT. That's it. The rankings, the reviews, and some of our top picks. What's that?
Another RATT and roll.
Yeah, if you guys get a chance, check out Out of the Cellar, Invasion, any of those good recommendations. And I'll let you take it out, Jay.
So yeah, we appreciate you taking the time to sit here and listen to us rant. And if you liked what you heard, make sure that you click the like, and if you haven't already, subscribe, because there are going to be more material coming up that I'm sure you'll be interested in. We do have another band coming out of the late 80s, going into the 90s, and still kicking it today. We're going to be reviewing them next week. Skid Row.
Woo! All right.
That's it.
RATT and roll.
Rock on.
See you guys next episode.
Peace.